Hi everyone. Today I am going to explain how role-based Java application works. There are certain prerequisites for this login application. First one is Eclipse IDE and the second one is MySQL Server. Both these softwares are freely available on the internet and you can download them from Eclipse can be downloaded from eclipse.org, the latest version, and MySQL Server can be downloaded from mysql.com. Mm, in this project, I am going to use MySQL, which comes as part of WAMP server. WAMP server is a localhost server which can be used to host PHP files. So I have downloaded WAMP server. This is also a freeware, and I have installed it. You can see that the WAMP server is on, and you can go to MySQL and the MySQL console. When you click this, the console appears. I have already opened this, and here you can create the database and the table, and also insert certain records which we will be using further in this project. Let us begin with the coding part. I have installed my Eclipse and I have already completed this project. Before we begin with the coding part, let me explain and let me demonstrate how this project works. We have all code in place here, servlets and the login bean, login DAO and JSPs. These are the three different roles in this project. One is the admin and the editor and user. There are certain Java independent Java archive files. One is the servlet API.jar and the other one is MySQL connector java.jar. So once we start this project, let me just right click and say run on the server. This is the Apache Tomcat server where I'm going to run this project. As you see, once the project gets deployed, I just cleared the logs so that we can track whatever we are doing. So, so once the project gets started, the first file which is picked is web.xml. This is the deployment descriptor where we mention the servlet details, and also there is one important thing, welcome file list. The welcome file is the one which gets loaded once this project is started. So JSP login.jsp. This one is opened here. Here you don't see in the URL, but it's login.jsp page. So let me give some invalid credentials and check for the response. I'm entering Ravi, which is correct, and the password I entered wrong. 123. You will see invalid user credentials. There are certain debugging statements which came as part of print statements. So invalid user credentials. Let me give proper credentials like Ravi, Ravi 123 login. Oh, we got the admin home page, and it is taking username and some node, and we have a provision to log out. So the three roles we have, they are admin, user and editor. So I entered the username Ravi and the password, so we got admin homepage. So how this is working, let me just explain. We are uh, Before that I am just logging out, so you can see the message you have logged out successfully, and also the printf statement logged out. So initially how this works is the web.xml, it loads the login.jsp, and the login.jsp has this form. It has username and password placeholders. And once you submit this form, the action gets executed. We have login servlet, and this is request.context path. The request.context path returns the root path for this login servlet. So we have to go to login servlet. In login servlet, we have the request parameter as username and password, which we are entering from the form, the username and password. Next, we are holding them in local variables, and we have bean. The Java beans are used to set and get parameters. So if you go to Java bean, you have only two parameters, username and password, which we are setting and getting. And this is very useful when you have multiple records like first name, last name, age, height, address details. So all these parameters can be held in a single Java object. So after this, we are going to authenticate user, where the user credentials are validated if they are proper or not. So we came to this login dao.java. Here you see the select statement where we are fetching details from database. So before this, we need to get a connection to the database. So we are going to create connection class, which is written in dbconnection.java. Here you will see the server URL, localhost, and the port 3306, and the database, which is customers. This 3306 is the port where your MySQL server is running. You can use any other server like Oracle, Mango database, or any other. You need to change the driver URL, and you need to load the related jar file as well. So once the connection is established, you will this is a critical in any project. So I have written the connection string. I'm just printing. You will see that the connection is getting printed here. So once this is done, we are again going back to login dao.java, where it is fetching the result set, and the result set contains the multiple records which are present in the database. So we have to iterate on the result set until it gets over, and we are comparing the strings which are coming from the database. Suppose username db is the username which we are fetching from the database, and the username is the username which user has entered through web. So we are comparing the usernames and the passwords and the roles. The roles here, as it is a login uh, example, we have to assume that user has already registered, and certain roles are assigned to him. Suppose mm, uh, a user named John. He has registered, and the admin has assigned him the role of a user. So you will see the record for John. He has a role called user. So when he logs in, then he will be taken to user page. Okay, so once we assign the role and this will be returned, suppose the username and password are not matched, then he will get invalid user credentials. After this, again we are moving back to login servlet, where we are comparing if the string returned is admin role. If this is admin role, then we are creating a session. As HTTP is a stateless protocol, we need to create sessions to track the request, who has logged in and who has logged out. So we are getting a session and assigning a session ID, that is the username, and we are using set attribute so that this username can be used later. I will explain about this. And so based on the role which user has entered. Based on that, we will go to either editor.jsp or user.jsp. If nothing is working out, then he will be sent to login.jsp, where he will be asked to relog in again. So this the error message set attribute is being set to error message, which is the user validate. User validate is the one, the string where we are assigning the output of this authenticate user method. Authenticate user method is returning the statement invalid user credentials in case if the user has entered wrong details. Suppose Ravi, then 123. So this is what we are getting. So this is done. Let me just log in as a different user like John and John 123. You will see is being sent to user's home. And once you log out, again you will get this message, you have logged out successfully. This is being set in the user.jsp and all other JSPs. See, when he is logging out, it is being taken to logout servlet. The logout servlet explains this. The method here is this get method. So we are going to into the block of do get, whereas during the login we had the method as post, so we were sent to do post method in login servlet. Just to make this clear, this is the do post method. So in case of logout, we came here and we have to fetch the session request.get session. So on the sessions which are available for this HTTP request will be fetched, and if the session is not null, then we have to invalidate the session. Then you are setting the message you have logged out successfully to the error message. This is the one which is being displayed on the login page, because once you log out we are setting this message and it is being sent to JSP login.jsp. You can use this request dispatcher to forward the page, to forward the user to particular JSP. And the source code can be found on the web page. You can go to crazytech.com. Here you have a post session and role based login example. You will see uh, the code details for each file, login.jsp and servlet, and also you have the SQL script which explains how the database should be created and how the details should be inserted. So happy learning, and thanks a lot for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe to us and please hit a like button. Thank you.